Hi guys, welcome back to the Spicy Apron cooking show. Today we are going to make creamy corn chowder the easiest way possible. And make sure you stay tuned because I am going to show you the tool I use to make it super creamy, and you're gonna want one. If you're looking for a place to help you answer the dreaded "what's for dinner?" question, then you have definitely come to the right place. Please go ahead and subscribe and hit the notification bell so you get notified every time I have a new video come out.
Put your hands together. Yeah. Put your hands together. Yeah.
I am so glad you guys are here, and for those of you who don't know me, I am Heather from thespicyapron.com and the Spicy Apron cooking show that you are watching right now. I'm also the author of 2 authorized pressure cooking cookbooks. I will put links to those below in the description box if you are interested. And today I am going to show you how to take advantage of the wonderful, fabulous summer sweet corn by making the quickest and easiest creamy corn chowder. Now I wanted to take just a very quick moment to jump in here and talk to you about corn on the cob. First of all, if you are lucky enough to have a Sprouts Farmers Market grocery store in your state, I think they're in like 15 or 16 states, please go there because, oh my God, their produce selection is fabulous. And I was so happy to see summer corn is starting to hit the shelves. So I want to use fresh summer corn. You certainly can use canned or frozen, but I recommend doing the corn on the cob, and I want to show you, some of you probably know this, but for those of you who don't, there is a trick to cutting it off the cob. So in here, I have already done 4 ears. I am adding a 5th for good measure. The recipe actually only calls for 4, but I did want to show you the easiest way to cut corn kernels off the cob. This corn has not been cooked yet. Just take it out of the husk, take the silk off, wash it, and then put it in a big bowl, standing upright, and all you're gonna do is just cut it down and make sure you cut as far into the cob as you can, and it will just fall right off without spraying everywhere. That is a problem with cutting it off. Usually if you do it on a cutting board, you end up with corn all over your kitchen. So I don't want you to have that issue, so go ahead and do it in a bowl. You will be glad you did. Okay guys, so we are going to start with, of course, my favorite, bacon, but you certainly can eliminate the bacon if you want to. Now I have the pot heated up already, as you can hear. It is on saute, it is hot. For those of you who are very observant will notice I am actually using my Melty multi-cooker. I absolutely love it. It is quite similar to the Instant Pot, but it does have a few additional features that I really like. One thing I like a lot is the contrast of the buttons. I can actually read them with my old lady eyes. So I'm going to saute the bacon until it's crisp. It'll take about 8 minutes. Now, if you do not have a pressure cooker, okay, number one, go get one. I'll put a link to this below if you want to get one. But you certainly can do this on the stovetop exactly the same way. The cook time will be different, and I will tell you about that when we get to that point. So just saute this up until it's nice and crisp. You guys, what is it about bacon that makes it so good? Oh my God, the smell? You guys should smell this. And by the way, a note about sauteing in whatever pressure cooker you have. I have heard some people say it takes longer, it's faster. What I can tell you is to get the best saute results, do try to spread out what you're sauteing in one layer. It will be even, it will be much faster, and you will get great results. So this bacon is just about finished. I'm gonna pull it out with a slotted spoon, and I'm going to saute the onions and garlic in my bacon grease. So as you're pulling the bacon out, just leave your pot on saute because you are going to use it on saute for the onions and garlic. And make sure you put your bacon on a paper towel lined plate so it will drain and crisp up even more. All right, bacon is out. Look at how beautiful and perfect that looks. I'm going to use this just to top the chowder at the end. Some people mix it all together, that's fine too. If you did not saute bacon, then you will want to add some vegetable oil to your pot right now. I have about 2 tablespoons of bacon grease in here, which is perfect for what I need to do. Next, a diced onion. Now saute that for about 2 or 3 minutes. Once the onion is a little bit soft, Then a couple of cloves of chopped garlic. Now with the garlic, you only want to saute it about a minute. You do not want it to burn, so 1 minute on the garlic. All right, next step, very, very important. Ooh, by the way, I got distracted. Did you notice that there is a lid holder in your handle over here? This little slot goes in the handle, it holds your lid. Most pressure cookers have this. I do believe all of the Melty multi-pots have that, so yeah, kind of another reason I love this one. All right, next step is, I am using vegetable broth. You can also use chicken broth, but please deglaze the bottom of your pan. If you look in here, I think you can see that. The bottom of the pan has some bacon bits on it, which are fabulous, and it's why it's gonna taste so good, but you've gotta get them off the bottom of that pan before you pressure cook, or it won't work. So add about a cup and deglaze the pan. And you deglaze the pan by simply using, I find that a wooden spoon or spatula works best, and you pour in some of the liquid and you scrape and scrape and scrape until you can feel that the bottom of the pan is smooth. Do not shortchange this step or you will not be happy. Okay, so look in the pot and you'll see, first of all, look at that rich, rich color from the bacon bits, but also I'm trying to push it aside. I can feel that it's super smooth. I'm hoping that you can see that there is nothing stuck to the bottom of this pot. So now I can add the rest of the broth. Now the link to the full recipe is below in the description box, so go ahead and click that and you'll get a printable full recipe. Next up, our beautiful fresh corn. Again, you can use frozen or canned, but I'll tell you what, it's good to take advantage of summer corn. All right, after the corn goes 3 potatoes. These are Yukon Gold. You can use red potatoes. I don't peel them, I leave the skins on. It makes it super, super easy. Mix that all together and add the spices. I've got salt and paprika, a little bit of cayenne if you like heat, and some thyme. All right guys, once it's all mixed up, gotta put your lid on and we are going to pressure cook it for 10 minutes. The other ingredients, the cream, we are going to add after it is pressure cooked. Although to be honest with you, you can use heavy cream in a pressure cooker and it will be just fine, but I'm going to use it after cooking because I've also added some cornstarch to it. All right, lid on, pressure cook for 10 minutes. Now, this is where if you're cooking it in a pot, everything has been the same until now, but when you cook it in your pot, you do want to cover it and cook it for 20 minutes. Again, another good reason to have a pressure cooker. So, I'm gonna pressure cook it. I'm gonna let it naturally release for about 5 minutes. So when it is done cooking, just let it sit for about 5 minutes, then release the pressure. Lid is on. Please make sure it is turned to sealing. We've all made that mistake, where we didn't, but turn it to sealing, set it for 10 minutes, and we'll see you in a minute. While this is heating up, I am super curious. My favorite summertime vegetable probably is corn, maybe tomatoes, but I'm curious what yours is. So go ahead in the comments below, type in your favorite summertime fruit or vegetable. All right, so it finished cooking about 5 minutes ago, and I am going to release the pressure, and then we're gonna use my secret weapon to make it super creamy. Okay, when all of the pressure has released, the pin that's right next to the steam release valve will drop down, and that is how you know it is okay to open it. So open it, and oh my God, I can already smell that fresh corn. Wow, it's amazing. If you're looking for other fabulous ways to take advantage of summer corn, I have this video up here. It is cream corn, it is in the pressure cooker, and yes, that is where I show you, you can pressure cook dairy. Okay, so here we have it. It smells delicious. I am going to add some fresh ground pepper. Again, I have already added some cayenne pepper if you like a little bit of heat. Now it is time for the fresh ground pepper and give it just a quick stir. Oh, those potatoes are perfect. The corn is perfect. And now guys, time for my secret weapon. Now, many of you probably have a hand blender. This is the Melty hand blender. And I gotta tell you, number one, it looks cool, doesn't it? Number two, it is only 29 bucks, and I'm telling you, it outperforms my more expensive one that I have. So I'm super happy to have this. It's got a dial control on the top where you can adjust the speed, and it has a turbo button. So, you know, you can't go wrong. Anyway, what I'm gonna do is blend the soup, but not all the way. I do like some chunks of potato. I wanna taste that fresh corn, but I do want it a little bit smoother and creamier. So I'm gonna go ahead and put this immersion blender. I do have a link to this below if you wanna check it out, and turn it on and smooth it out just a little bit. That didn't take very long. So now that it is, I'd say I did about 50% of it. You can make it as smooth as you want, or you can skip this step if you don't want to do it, but it does add a nice creaminess to this creamy corn chowder. All right, guys, it is back to saute because I am going to add the heavy cream, and I have already mixed 2 tablespoons of cornstarch into this cream to help thicken it up. So you turn it on saute in order to bring it to a little bit of a simmer to thicken it up. Oh my God, guys, this is just, wow, that fresh corn. Oh my God, they need to invent Smell TV. It is fabulous. And if you really are looking for a super easy, super delicious recipe that you can make in your pressure cooker, this is it. You will be hooked for life. Now, can you see that simmering just a little bit? That's how it's gonna get nice and thick with that cornstarch mixture with the cream. Now that it is super thick and creamy, I am gonna go ahead and turn off the pot and give it a stir and serve it up. Now, while I'm doing that, so you can see the final result, if you found this video helpful for another wonderful way to take advantage of your fresh summertime corn, please give it a thumbs up and subscribe so you can get more pressure cooker recipes and more quick and easy homemade meals. Okay, you guys, look at that. That consistency is absolutely perfect. Now we are going to top it off with, of course, my bacon. And I gotta say one more time, this is the bacon that comes from the Sprouts Butcher. Fabulous. Thick, wonderful, smoky, fantastic bacon. And a little bit of chives, and there you have it, creamy, fresh corn chowder. And I am going to take a bite, and I am probably gonna burn myself, but it'll be worth it. If you know anybody who is looking for pressure cooker recipes, please share this with them. Happy cooking and happy eating. Okay, seriously, that fresh corn with that amazing bacon, seriously does not get much better than that. We'll see you next time on the Spicy Apron Cooking Show.